Let me ask you something honestly. Have you ever had a weekend off, slept in, did nothing urgent, and still woke up Monday exhausted? Not sleepy, but exhausted. Heavy, foggy, unmotivated. You rested, so why didn't you recharge? Because there's a difference between resting your body and calming your nervous system. And if your nervous system has been bracing for years, sleep alone won't fix that. Today, I want to explain why you feel tired even when you rest. And by the end of this, you'll understand exhaustion in a completely different way.
Hi, I'm Irene. Welcome to Beyond Survival. This is a space where we slow down and learn how to feel safe in our own lives again.
Let's start at the foundation. There are two main kinds of exhaustion: physical fatigue and nervous system fatigue. Physical fatigue is simple. You worked hard, you exercise, you didn't sleep enough. You rest, and you recover. Nervous system fatigue is different. It comes from constant mental scanning, emotional suppression, chronic pressure, over-responsibility, hyper-awareness, people-pleasing, and performing. This kind of exhaustion doesn't respond to sleep because the body isn't just tired, it's bracing. Let me explain what bracing means. Bracing is subtle tension. Jaw slightly tight, shoulders slightly raised, breath slightly shallow, mind slightly scanning. You can function like this for years, but it drains energy constantly, like having 20 apps open on your phone in the background. The battery drains even if you're not actively using them. That's survival mode. This is why many high achievers are exhausted. They look fine, they perform well, they meet deadlines, they show up, but internally, they're running on low battery because they are never fully off. Even when they sit down to rest, their mind is preparing, thinking, planning, anticipating. This constant anticipation keeps cortisol slightly elevated. Not panic level, just enough to prevent full restoration. And over time, this becomes baseline. So when someone says, just take a break, you do, but the break doesn't restore you because your nervous system doesn't drop into safety. It hovers, waiting. And here's something many people don't admit. Rest feels uncomfortable. You sit down, and instead of relief, you feel agitation. Your mind gets louder. Your thoughts speed up. You suddenly remember everything you forgot to do. This is not because you're addicted to work. It's because stillness exposes internal tension. If you grew up where calm was temporary, where peace was followed by conflict, where stability was unpredictable, your body learned, don't fully relax, because relaxing made you vulnerable. So now, even when life is stable, your nervous system doesn't trust it. It waits, and that waiting is exhausting. Another hidden layer of exhaustion: unprocessed emotion. If you regularly suppress frustration, sadness, resentment, fear, disappointment, your body holds it. Suppression requires muscular contraction, and that contraction consumes energy. You might say, I'm just tired, but sometimes you're not tired. You're carrying what you didn't say, what you didn't process, what you didn't allow. Emotional suppression is silent labor, and silent labor is draining, especially for people pleasers, for responsible children, caretakers, or high achievers. If you learn early that your needs were secondary, your nervous system may still operate that way. And constantly deprioritizing yourself is exhausting. We also live in a culture that glorifies exhaustion. Busy equals valuable. Productive equals worthy. Rest equals lazy. If you internalize that message early, your body may equate rest with guilt. So even when you try to relax, you feel morally uncomfortable. That discomfort keeps the nervous system activated, which means no full recharge. And here's the paradox. The more exhausted you are, the harder it is to rest properly, because exhaustion lowers regulation capacity, and low regulation increases anxiety. Anxiety prevents deep rest. It's a loop. So let's map the loop clearly. Chronic stress, nervous system bracing, subtle exhaustion, lower emotional capacity, overwhelm, more stress, more bracing, deeper exhaustion. And nowhere in that loop is full recovery unless safety enters. Not intellectual safety, physical safety. Your nervous system must experience there is no emergency. Repeatedly, not once, but repeatedly. Because survival mode was repeated too. So real rest requires down regulation. Try this practice. Sit comfortably, close your eyes, inhale normally, exhale slowly, longer than the inhale. Do that for 60 seconds. Then, scan your body. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Soften your tongue. Relax your forehead. This is not spiritual. It's biological. Longer exhales activate parasympathetic system. That's the safety branch. If you practice this daily, your baseline shifts slowly, not dramatically, gradually. And gradual regulation creates sustainable energy. So if you're exhausted, it doesn't mean you're weak. It doesn't mean you're lazy. It might mean your nervous system hasn't felt safe in a long time. Rest your body, but also teach your system safety. Because peace is not the absence of work, it's the presence of regulation. And when regulation becomes baseline, energy returns naturally. That's how you move beyond survival.